EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martins here with your outlook for May 16th, 2023. It is Tuesday. No Tuesday video forecast sponsor today. Each of the next 2 weeks will also not have a sponsor, but we do have a new one starting here in June that has agreed in principle to begin on the Tuesday video forecast sponsorships. Today, we are expecting partly to mostly sunny skies to start the day. It is going to be warmer today than it has been over the past couple of days, just a continuation of those temperatures going up, and 74 to 80 is a temperature spread across the region from northwest to southeast. Again, partly to mostly sunny skies to start, then we're going to have an increase in clouds, and that's because we have this system here that is going to be moving toward the region, but I think this is going to largely stay south of the region today. We're going to see an increase in clouds from it, and there's also a cold front that's going to be off to our north that's going to be pushing off to the south at the same time. So the cold front is actually what's keeping this system off to the south and going to be pushing it off further to the south. So I don't think anybody in our coverage area is going to see rain from this until you get to Maryland and Delaware. There's a chance that on the way out of there that a few showers could occur as this slides on to the south here. And you can see that right here. Maybe southern Delaware, southern half of Delaware, and parts of Maryland will see some showers out of this as this moves down. Here is that cold front moving down to the south, and that is going to come through in the overnight hours, and it's going to make a big difference in temperatures between today and tomorrow. Today, as you see above me, 74 to 80 is the temperature spread today, so a couple degrees warmer than even we saw yesterday, which was already in the middle 70s. 74 to 80 is the temperature spread from northwest to southeast today, and then despite mostly sunny skies here on Wednesday, we're going to have temperatures in the 60s. So it's going to be below average for this time of year because we have a little bit of a trough influence coming in here for the next couple of days. That's going to be Wednesday and Thursday. So this system stays off to the south and then moves off to the south and east. I do think that the clouds associated with this is going to increase, and we can see that here on the NAM future simulated satellite, and this is looking at 10 o'clock in the morning. You can see a lot of mostly sunny skies here across the region, but then when we get in the afternoon, we start to see those clouds increase. It becomes mostly cloudy, and this goes into the evening hours where you have mainly cloudy skies this evening until we get to about midnight. You see the northern areas, northern half of our region is already starting to clear out at that point, and this will continue over the next couple of hours. So there's no lingering clouds into Wednesday morning. Wednesday is going to be a mostly sunny day in the wake of this system. The cold front itself is actually going to fall apart as it moves through overnight. Here is that looking at 7 p.m. this evening. The cold front is actually sitting up here, and you can see a few showers associated with it. Here's our main system passing off to the south down here, and that's going to stay down there, we think. It is not going to be an influence for the majority of the region today, other than those clouds that I talked about. So here's those showers moving across. The cold front showers are just going to fall apart and dissipate into nothing. But here's that system moving off to our south. It's going to be pretty far south here where you're just looking at maybe some showers across southern Maryland and southern Delaware as it moves out. Wouldn't be surprised if Cape May gets into something very briefly with this, but that's it. So we're not looking at any precipitation today. And again, very warm today, and then not so warm here on Wednesday. But it is relative to time of year, so it is cooler, but it's still warm. 60 to 67 is still warm temperatures. It's not like we're going back into the 40s and 50s here, but it's still going to be cooler than it has been for the last couple of days. And then Thursday is also a mostly sunny day. We'll have the temperatures go up about another 3 or 4 degrees from whatever you see on Wednesday will be 3 or 4 degrees higher here on Thursday. And that trend continues into Friday with mostly sunny skies as well, as high pressure will be control of our weather, but temperatures are going to get up into the lower 70s at that point. So then Saturday, here's the weekend, and this is hopefully this isn't a reoccurring theme here, because it seems like most weekends over the past 2 months, we've had at least some precipitation at some point during the weekend. This is not going to be an exception. We're going to have a cold front moving through Saturday night mostly. European models trying to bring something ahead of this, like some prefrontal moisture here with a low offshore that might bring some showers here later in the day here on Saturday. But the main cold front itself moves through overnight and maybe into very early Sunday morning. Okay, so I think the bulk of this is going to end up being Saturday night. As we get over to the GFS just to see what it's doing, It's showing something very similar here, but this low in advance of this is well offshore. So this comes through overnight, and actually the GFS brings this is a lot quicker. This is looking at Friday night and Saturday morning, and then a dry weekend, which would be ideal. So hopefully this is on to something. But, it is the GFS. GFS has a tendency to do something that's a little bit different than anything else. And there's not a lot of agreement with the weekend. So this is something we just have to keep following throughout the week and just keep checking back several times throughout the week, and we'll get the timing down. Timing, like I said in yesterday's video, is one of the last things we decide on. It's usually done within, once we get under 36 hours before we can have any kind of confidence in timing forecasts. Okay, so this system's going to move through, and if this is the being the worst case scenario with the European model, you might have some showers if this little system comes a little bit closer to the coastline Saturday afternoon already. But then this will move through overnight, and then Sunday maybe a morning shower, and then clouds decrease in the afternoon, and we were back to mostly sunny skies by the time we get to Monday. Temperatures after this system passes, though, even though it's a cold front, will not be lowering that much. A little bit, but not much. A couple degrees, still in the low 70s in the wake of that system by the time we get to Monday. So it's not like we're going back into the 60s again like we're going to be dealing with on Wednesday and Thursday of this week. I'm EPA meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is your outlook for May 16th, 2023. Have a great Tuesday.